hymn revival guy here with a guitar arrangement of In the Sweet By and By. Capo this at the 5th fret and play through it once without singing so you can kind of pick up the guitar here. Okay, let me talk you through the arrangement that I'm playing here. And arrangement's a fancy word for what I'm doing, which is just trying to play the chords as they pass by. I'm capoed up. I think the song is in F, but I'm gonna call that a C chord because that's the shape. And I'm just trying to find a place where I can play simple, easy chords with my left hand. So you know all the chords in the song. It's in the key of C, so it's an F chord. It's a G chord, which I am playing just the simplest possible. Little F triad there. I'm trying to remember to mute the high E string with my right hand, so I don't get that open ethereal sus2 sound if I don't want it. There's a G chord. And then in the chorus there's a G7, and because it fits the melody, I'm playing this little triad here. Drop my little finger there, you know, that little triangle. It's a great little seventh triad, if you're allowed to call it that. First, third, seventh. And there's a C7, and I'm fingering it this way so I can get that C note on it, but I'm still thinking about it, primarily as being, again, one of those triangles that's dropped down. And in the chorus, I'm trying to emphasize those dominant sounds a little bit because, hey, most of this has very sweet melodic chords, and just a little bit of dissonance might as well call it out. So that's entirely the left hand, almost. But here's what I'm trying to do. Let me play this the way I might play it if I were a complete beginner and I were playing the chords. Just got the chord chart. There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar. It feels strummy, right? And in fact, if I played the verse and the chorus through all the way and just kind of played, there's a sameness to it, a repetitiveness to it. That doesn't feel good to me. And if you're a beginner and that's what you can play, that's great. But I can show you at least some cliches to ornament it. And maybe you could take the approach I take, where I try to find the melody notes and call them out. Find the melody notes in the chords, especially, and call them out. So this is not a true chord melody arrangement. Where I might, if a chord melody arrangement, you're typically trying to find the melody on the highest string, and so I might, play with my fingers. That high melody. I also have to care about rhythm. Like, this needs to drive the congregation along a little bit. So I'm balancing off my job as a rhythm section, my job providing the harmony, and my job giving people a clear melody to sing. And my experience is it's most important to be able to play the melody notes that start the song, especially. So the congregation is not confused about where the melody is. So I, as the song leader, am not confused, about what the melody note is. And if you can start the song off, that's great. It's great if you can start the song off and also start off the chorus. And if you can manage to start every line off with a melody, you know that's probably enough. So let me walk through the verse, where I'm just going to play a C chord, but I'm going to chase that melody around. And in fact, here's the melody, just the melody. Well, that ending melody down there low on my G string, that's getting a little low, and it's going to end on a C chord, and it's going to feel a little bloody down there. So I'm not going to play it. I'll start out. There's a land that is... Now I'm done playing the melody. I'm going to play this F triad while, you know, I and the congregation continue on the melody. Fairer than day. Now, I am ornamenting everything if I can. I'm being as guitaristic as possible. I'm kind of striving for an Americana, bluegrass influenced sound. So, right, that's very guitaristic. Strum 3 strings, hammer on that melody note there with my second finger. At the end, so it's a C to an F. I play a little cliche, put a little sus, sort of after the words are over. Same thing happens for the second line. And by faith we can see it afar. That happens that all the melody notes is a G, E, open D, but I've switched to a G chord at that point. They all fit inside of my cowboy chord, so I'll make an effort to play all of them. This may require, careful picking. Like that melody note, I'm making a real effort to play those 3 strings because the melody note is there. If I strum the whole chord, the melody note gets buried. So your right hand, being able to hit the string that you want to hit is important. I kind of strive to play the melody notes with down picks as much as possible, and add some rhythm with kind of up pick inflected things. But that's just a stylistic choice here. So that was a C to a G into the second line of the first verse. Repeat the first line really. For the Father waits over the way. Again, could play the first few melody notes, then abandon it to play that F chord, F triad, and the C with a cliche, sus. And the last line of the verse. To prepare us a dwelling place there. And again, just trying to find the melody notes. To prepare us a that little G with a C inside of it, cliche. Right, very, very guitar sound. If we're going to list all the bands that haven't done that, then that have. And then I'm back to doing the same thing on the chorus, but I like to, if I can, switch the chorus up a little bit so that, it's like if you have a strumming pattern for the verse and you continue it through the chorus and you get to verse 2, it's like you've been doing the same thing for a long time. It's monotonous. People feel the monotony of it. So can I switch it up on the chorus a little bit? Try to find the melody notes. I always trip myself up. The chorus starts on the 3rd of the C. I haven't played that open E string very much. Mostly I have my fingers resting on it, muting it out for a lot of the verse. So on the chorus I'm going to stay a little higher, strum a little more. In the sweet abandoned the chord melody after the first few notes, and I'm just strumming big sweet chords. So G, second line of the chorus, find the melody, open D, open E, F, there's that dominant 7th. So there's that dominant G7th. If I remember, I'll drop my first finger also down there on the F, and strum that whole big double dominant. There's two Fs in there. Cliche it with that sus4, but again, not too much melody here. C7 on In the Sweet, the 3rd line of the chorus. And again, just because there isn't much dissonance in the song, I'm going to hammer that a little bit. By and by. If I have time, play a little quick descending line. We shall meet on that beautiful shore. So that's the arrangement. Simple cowboy chords in the left hand. Find the melody notes, especially if they already naturally reside in that cowboy chord. Start every line with some melody notes, but it's okay to abandon it halfway through the line. People have caught the melody and they're singing, you know, the congregation is singing line by line, verse by verse. And make sure to keep attention to my rhythmic duties. It's not enough to play the melody. That's not enough to sing with. I need to make sure I'm strumming as well. So balance your harmonic, your rhythmic, your melodic duties. Sometimes one or the other slips a little bit, but you can keep all three going if you work at it a little bit. If you're just a beginner, if you're just completely starting out, hey, none of these chords are hard. Not even the dreaded, full-on F beginner chord. Just playing that F triad. You could strum through this song as it is, and you could at least put in all the little ornaments I'm putting in. C sus is great. G with that G over C or C over G, however that works out, is great. You could walk up that dominant seventh. Not hard. So lots of easy chords, pretty much easy things to do that you can just strum along to, and see if you can get in just the first couple of melody notes on each line. So you can build this up when you practice it a little bit. It's easy to hum through it. I love playing this and trying to get a good groove, a good swing. But when I'm playing this with a congregation, one of the challenges is to keep the tempo relaxed so that people can sing through this, this hymn that's not a super hard up tempo. It's a little bit contemplative. So keep the tempo relaxed. Hey, try this out. Let me know in the comments if you're watching. If you're struggling with anything, if you have any specific questions, I'll try to answer them. Thanks.